Hi, my name is Joe Nunez, and I am a jiu-jitsu instructor at the Alliance Training Center in Chula Vista. I teach kids as well as adults. I started my jiu-jitsu program 2012, the summer of 2012, around June. So by June this year will be 2 years that I have been running the kids jiu-jitsu program at Alliance. So before I came to the Alliance, I was training out of Gracie, Eastlake with Elias Gallegos and Jimmy Sanchez. Great program, great instructors. I ended up moving to Imperial Beach, which made my commute a little too far to get to the Gracie Academy. So for a while there, I stopped training and teaching until I found a home here at Alliance. So before I came to the Alliance, the kids programs were more based on pancration, boxing, striking. The jiu-jitsu was one thing that was missing from making the Alliance kids pancration program more of a success. So when I started my program in June of 2012, I only had about 2 students show up to my first class, and it was like that for about a week, 2 weeks, and then from those two students it went to 5, and then 10, and then I had between 5 and 10 students per class for about 6 months, and at the time I was only teaching 2 days a week. I think the reason why my program has grown to the size that it is now is because of my level of understanding how kids operate. And I think that I've reached a level of success with Alliance and my kids program due to the fact that I have a big family. I'm used to being around kids. I'm the youngest of 6 kids. So I think I can just relate better to kids. And after about 6 months, I had about 10, 15 students. And then I was teaching a couple more times a week. May of 2013, we went to the Worlds. We did very good at the Worlds. And I think as we started doing good at tournaments, word of mouth spread, and I started getting more kids, and I started retaining more kids, and before you know it, now I'm having packed classes pretty much every class, and now I went from teaching 2 days a week to 5 days a week, and I'm really thankful for that. Also, I teach beginners and advanced kids jiu-jitsu. So when it comes to the jiu-jitsu that I teach, I think the focus is jiu-jitsu in a tournament sense and also in a self-defense. Okay. I like to be very basic with my students. I think that you drill a move until it becomes in your memory, until it gets stuck in your memory, and once it's stuck in your memory, you drill it some more. I think that the reason why we have a success at tournaments is because I don't teach a lot of moves. I just teach a few basic ones that I know the kids would do very well. So I think that more of my jiu-jitsu is more tournament style jiu-jitsu, but also in a realistic sense. I'm not showing, the barambolos and the tominagas and crazy stuff. I'm showing a double leg takedown to the side mount control, to the mount, to an Americana fake, to the armbar. And I try to keep that very basic, and that's something that I teach every day is the double leg, side mount, Americana setup, to the armbar. And I have my kids drill this every single day, and they seem to do well with it in tournaments. So I think that my program is very family oriented. I think that when people start doing jiu-jitsu and they start seeing each other every day, it becomes more than just a jiu-jitsu class. You start to build a family connection as well with my students, their parents, and a lot of my students' parents are also my students. So there's a connection there that me, the child, and the parent share. Just this weekend, I took my students to go paintballing. and that's just something that we did. You know, let's take a break from jiu-jitsu one of these weekends off. Let's go paintballing. We went paintballing, had a lot of fun, and the next day we were up in Cerritos competing at the Dream Jiu-Jitsu. Leading up to the February 1st event, in which we were honored enough to win the Grand Championship title. We were successful at pancration, and we had success with a lot of no-gi and things more mixed martial art oriented, but we were never really known to be successful with the gi. So leading up to the February 1st tournament, we weren't sure how schools were going to react to us coming pretty much out of nowhere and, you know, coming up and beating and winning, and, you know, winning the whole tournament. It's something that I'm very proud of, and just a couple weeks after that tournament, I promoted my students to new ranks and new levels because of their success. And I think that once you guys win as a team something as pristine as a Grand Championship, I think that just shows your level of skill that your team possesses. Therefore, it's time to change belts and to look for more competition. For the 2014 Grapple Bowl, I brought 16 kids with me, and out of those 16, 14 of them bring home the gold, and 2 bring home silver. So I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a while now. I've coached for a lot of different schools. I constantly stay inside the jiu-jitsu community and the Grappling X, as well as many other tournaments. But the Grappling X is really one that I really took a part of. I coached a lot of kids. I've competed a lot, and from my understanding, it seemed that there was always one dominant team in, you know, the Grappling X events, and it was just one team winning it, you know, after year after year. And I know of a team, the Stronghold. They're an awesome program. You know, I trained with Mike Kusi at the Stronghold, a good friend of mine, and his program is amazing. He has amazing instructors, and also Paul Silva. You know, I know that they go to tournaments and they're tearing it up. So for our school, which is fairly new, to come up and compete with these powerhouses and then winning, you know, beating our rivals and beating our friends and whoever. For us to win a tournament and become grand champions is something I'm very proud of, and something that I didn't think was possible for a program as new as mine. And I look forward to staying on top, and to keep my kids sharp, keep them training, keep them dedicated, and also keep it fun. I think that if your kids aren't having fun in your jiu-jitsu class, then you're doing something wrong. I believe that kids only listen when they have fun. When you can still have a discipline, you can still have all these qualities of champions, even though you're still instructing a fun class. So I think the fun part is very important in order for you to have a successful program. I think a Kids World Championships in San Diego would be awesome. I think that there's a lot of talent, and there is a lot of, you know, San Diego is a mecca. I believe that by having the Kids World Championships here in SD, that will still not only solidify, you know, San Diego as one of the best grappling cities in the country, if even the world. I think that'd be awesome. I think that it would be a success, and I know for sure that, you know, we're going to be there and we're going to be ready, and I know that it's going to be something very pristine for instructors and schools and the students to look forward to. As far as rivalry is concerned, I don't believe that anyone's a rival. I don't believe we have any rivals. We don't got time for rivals. Our only rival is ourselves, and that's the only thing that I'm concerned about. I don't care about what other schools are doing, what they're not doing. The only thing I am concerned about is what we're doing and what needs to be fixed. As far as the other schools that, you know, that are ready to compete, ready to bring their students, we're always looking for a challenge, you know. My kids, they're not just jiu-jitsu artists, they're mixed martial artists, you know. So my class is actually one of the last classes they take. You know, they do their boxing, they do Muay Thai, they have other schedules, they have other classes to take. I'm the last class they take, but it seems that jiu-jitsu is one of their favorite classes. And I think if you just have the passion for it and the love for it, then you can be very good and successful. I think that the comparison between my program and other programs is it's very hard to have one instructor start from scratch with no name, with not much to back him up, and to have people believe in him and take the time to actually come in and learn the techniques and put them to use and want to stay here. I think that the retention rate, most of my students who are with me now, they don't ever want to leave. They don't want to go to another school. This is their home and this is it. I believe that in order to have a retention rate, you got to have relation. And I believe that the number one thing that's missing in a lot of schools is being able to relate, not only to the student, but to the parent, to the mother, to the brothers, to the sisters, to the kids who aren't training in jiu-jitsu. I don't think it's good just to have your student and that's the only person you relate to. You still gotta genuinely care, not only for the student, but also for, you know, the parent and their family as well, and make them feel welcome as a family. Some of my stars would be, I got plenty of stars. One that comes to mind is Krista Aquino. She's just turned 11 years old. She weighs around 61 pounds. Small little girl. She won the Worlds. She's won pretty much every Grappling X, first place. She just got promoted to yellow belt. And Krista was one of my first students when I first opened up, when I first started to teach my class. She was one of my first students, and to this day, she has never missed a day of jiu-jitsu, never been late, never been disrespectful, and she's always of help. She's always asking, how can I help you, Joe? Can I help you with the new students? Is there anything I can do? And she's a trooper, and she just received her yellow belt on last Wednesday, and she competed at the Dream Jiu-Jitsu up in Cerritos yesterday. First time as a yellow belt. She had 3 tough fights, made it to the finals. Unfortunately, she lost the finals, but she fought her heart out, and that goes to tell you it's a testament. You know, not bad for receiving a new belt and doing very successful at a new tournament. So if anyone would to come to mind as far as a star, it would be Krista Aquino. Do I think that we can win the Kids World's Championships? Of course. I think that anything is possible, and I think that when we hear about these tournaments coming up, we change our style of training. We don't do anything new. We're doing this. We're drilling the same exact thing. Like I said, takedown, side mount, mount, Americana, armbar. Simple like that. A simple basic drill, and that's all. We drill it and drill it and drill it, drill it until the kids feel comfortable. And I believe that basics win championships.